But I must defend this situation.
Mm-hmm.
I have 8 children. And
8 beautiful babies.
I will not, no baby mother of mine could ever say that she's a single mother, because single mother insinuates that she has no help. So for me and my situation, life be lifing. That's a common.
Yeah, it does. I agree.
And my situation is a product of life happening.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and none of us are exempt from it.
Of course, listen to the point that I'm trying to make.
Mm-hmm.
As a high-valued woman, she's never going to entertain a man that is not also high value. Now,
It's not true.
I will say it like this: even though he has high function, to sustain the relationship, that high function will run its course if that's all you have. So you being who you are, you attract a certain type of man. Me being who I am, I can take anybody and transform them into who I want them to be. A woman cannot do that.
That's not true.
In most cases.
That's not true.
Okay, she's not willing.
No, I'm saying that no man can take a woman and transform her into what he wants her to be. She came in and is willing to allow you to tell her what you want and she'll submit to those. You're not God, and you're not the potter maker. So your hands ain't on no pot, sweetie, taking a woman and conforming. You just don't have that power. You probably would like to, but you don't have that power. You can take her, like I just said before, with the womanizer and the guy who, me being in your studio, and say, baby, these are the qualifications, and she chooses, which is her free will to never be yours, to hit them points or not. And when she chooses to hit them points, you then choose to keep her or you choose to shake her. Because you can never take water. Hold on. You can never take water, baby, and make this 7-Up. You can pour it out and fill it back up, but this will never turn to what you wanted. You're not Jesus. You ain't turning water to wine. That's not how it happens. Now, you can't take a woman and make her what you want. You can tell her what you want, and I'm going to give her power back, and she'll choose to be that. But you don't get the power of saying you made her that, whether an entrepreneur or a mother or a wife. She chooses to let you do that by telling you, I'll submit to those orders. There's a difference. Now, with the man, a high-valued woman can do the same thing with the man. Baby, you want to be here? This is the qualifications. This is what I need, the prerequisites. He can say yes, or he can say no.
All right, real quick, if you have not seen the interview with Dr. Bryant and Cam Newton, I highly suggest you go watch it right now. I didn't watch the full interview, but I watched a little 10-minute clip, and I want to share my opinion on it. First off, I'm going to start by saying this. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm going to call a spade a spade. I think Cam Newton possesses a very low level of emotional intelligence. Let's start with saying that. I mean, to me, he just seemed very combative. It seemed as if he was listening to respond. He wasn't even processing what she was saying, because she was saying some real shit. So let's preface with that. But the first takeaway off rip, one thing that I loved, she never said high value man, high value X, Y, and Z. She called it high functioning. Whew. You are either functioning very low or you are functioning at a higher frequency. I love that. Secondly, she went on to explain it when specifically she said women say, like, I don't need you. Because us as men, when we hear that, we get very defensive. Like, what you mean you don't need a man? She dove into it, what she meant. She's saying, like, I'm saying I'm an independent woman. I'm interdependent. Those are two different things. She don't need that unhealed trauma bonding. She don't need that. She need the healed part of you. But she also has the capacity to deal with the unhealed part of you. That's some deep shit. And then she went on to explain how you can be a hybrid. You can be high functioning and low functioning simultaneously. And that part hit me to my core. And let me tell you why. I love to consider myself a very emotionally intelligent man. And so oftentimes I operate at a high functioning level. But she said oftentimes that high functioning man cannot also be low functioning and meeting that person where she needs to be met. And that's where I suffer with that. Because the moment I see or feel toxicity or a disconnection, I'm out. And for so long, I felt like I'm high functioning, emotionally intelligent. This is the right decision. But nah, she checked me. You have to be able to have a capacity to meet your partner at that low. And if you can only meet somebody at their high, you're going to have a problem in your relationships connecting at a deep level, because you can only see a person here at their unauthentic self. Oh my fucking God. That's eye-opening. And the last takeaway is I love how respectfully, politely, effectively she held his ass accountable. Because he was saying that, oh, I'm taking my time. I'm not really looking for marriage. I'm not rushing. And then she was like, well, how many kids you got? The nigga said 8. She said, oh, so you compartmentalizing. You choosing when you want to be fast and slow. You choosing when it's convenient for you. So you don't want the marriage and the happy home, but you want to fucking make 8 kids and break homes. Oh, that hurt. But go check it out right now, y'all. It's Dr. Bryant and Cam Newton's podcast. Go check it out. It's life-changing.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So, you know what I really wish women would stop doing? Trying to explain or just keep talking to men, especially on these podcasts. You know, everybody talking about the Cam Newton and Dr. Bryant interview. Now, while Dr. Bryant made valid points, she was articulate, she's educated, she's beautiful, she's intelligent, and most importantly, she was composed throughout that whole interview. The only thing bad that these guys can come up with is what she had on. It's like everything that she said, nobody's taking into consideration that she was absolutely correct. Because men do not listen to women. They don't want to hear what you got to say. They'll take any little small thing and try to discredit you with. So now they're trying to say what she had on. Cam want to sit up there and say that, oh, you a 41-year-old single relationship coach or whatever. You know, it's just like you want to discredit her because you know absolutely what she was saying was the truth. You would rather just discredit her and anything that you can, little small things that you can find, instead of saying, you know what, she was absolutely correct. It's like women, one thing a man gonna do is misconstrue everything you say. Men don't listen to women. And I wish y'all to stop wasting your time trying to talk to them. Even like to be honest, even your own man. How many times have you told your man something and he just disregarded what you said, came back and told you damn near verbatim, yeah, Tyrone said such and such, and you like, man, ain't that what I said to you? Men don't listen to women. They only listen to other men. If you want to see a difference in a man or him taking accountability for a lot of the stuff that they do, it has to be another man to talk to him for him to receive it. Because you trying to tell a man something, you could be absolutely correct. He's going to find something to discredit you, or he may not just even listen to you. But guarantee you, if another man was to come and try to correct him and hold him accountable, he will receive everything that man says. I wish women would stop trying to talk to men. I wish that you would stop going on these podcasts, talking to them. I enjoy when women talk to one another on podcasts. I really hate to see men and women commingle on this podcast stuff. Just period. Because men don't listen to women. These men out here that's giving all this relationship advice to women, understand that they are the biggest frauds. Women will listen to a man before a man will listen to a woman. I don't know how many men need to be exposed before we finally realize that this is another manipulative tactic to pimp women. You know, this podcast, these relationship gurus on podcast, these men, and they're talking to women. You know, oh, well, if a man does this, and he needs to do, understand, the man is telling you about another man. He is 10 times worse than that man he talking to you about. I mean, look at Derrick Jackson. Like, how is it that he still has a platform? Everything got exposed to him. I mean, even Kevin Samuels. You want to sit up here and talk about, you know, they talk about Dr. Bryant being single at 41. Kevin Samuels was twice divorced. Old back child support. But they listened to him. That he was like they whole, mentor. And a lot of y'all ain't got no new material since he been gone. A lot of y'all need to go and get your Ouija board so you can talk to him, so you can get some new material. Because that you all running that same game, and that narrative is getting old. But now all these men want to create podcasts, and in my opinion, it's just to finesse women. Because they're monetized, they're making money off their videos. They're making money off of lying to you. And I say lie because majority of them, they want to give you all this relationship advice. You don't know these men personally. I guarantee you they 10 times worse than the men that they talk about. You saw it with Derrick Jackson. He still got a platform talking. And there are women still watching him. How? I just wish women would just start talking to each other and leaving these men alone. And I want these men to just go and talk to you. Listen, the only way, if you really care about women, if these men really, really cared about women, they would talk amongst each other. They would talk to each other and try to help one another do better, instead of trying to pimp and play us on these podcasts. Because that's all they doing. From your pulpit pimps, meaning your pastors, to these podcasters, they don't care about us for real. They just know that this is another hustle tactic to make money, and women gonna go for it. I'm not. I wish y'all stopped going on their shows talking to them. I don't have nothing to say to no man. I barely want to talk to my own. Why would I want to talk to somebody else's? These men don't listen to women. The only way you gonna see a difference with a man is if another man holds him accountable.
If the man doesn't have high value,
Yes.
he will not spark the interest of no woman. Let's just put it like
Wrong. I just made a video about this, and it's sad to say that even a man with low value can attract a high value woman, because they get to a point where they're so desperate for companionship. They would rather go have dinner with a man that can't pay the bill just to have dinner with a man. Women, especially women that are getting older, like 30, 40, 50, where they're tired of waiting and they settle. Settle for a man that cannot do exactly what they wanted them to do, just so they could have a man, just so they could have somebody in their house, just to have somebody to text and talk to, just to have somebody that gives them butterflies, but really cannot provide any value to their life. So again, Kim is wrong. And if you watch the interview, she agreed that is not true. There are men that have no value or very little value that can pull a high value woman. I've seen men on vacation with a woman, champagne, having dinner at the finest of the finest restaurants, and returns home to his mother's house. Yes, a low value man can attract a high value woman.
Guys, when I tell you that the thing I love so much about this one interview is the conversation that is making people have. And I'm sure that a lot of persons are taking notes and learning and relearning and, dumping some ideologies they've been going on living life by. And I so much love it that the girlies are even making some much valid points. And I love what this lady here said, that in as much as there are men out there that are low value, they will still attract high value women, and simply because of desperation in the sense that there's a way society has positioned the women to think that, oh, if you get to a certain stage in life like this, you don't have a man, oh, your life is finished, people will not know you guys get what I mean. And it has made a lot of women enter relationship and marriages that they don't want to be in, that if given the chance, they will leave it without looking back. And I so much love it. But the thing is that at the end of the day, people will still do what they will do because of where they are in life. And I just hope and pray that as people come up across these interviews and these videos, that they get to understand and appreciate themselves more better than they used to. I didn't even know that the woman's attire was an issue. Somebody like me, I don't know, I was so focused on the conversation they were having because it was so juicy that I didn't even look at her attire. What I just noticed that, oh, this one, she looks clean. I think that was what just came to my head. I didn't even take note of her attire. Do you get? But it was when that woman said it that, oh, the other lady before this one, when she said that, I took a second look at the outfit, and I don't see anything wrong with it. But let me know in the comment section if you think there's something wrong in her outfit. Maybe because of the way the dress was, kind of dividing her bust into two. Is that the problem? But in overall, I think she knows her onions. That's what I've got to say. And the interview she's had with Cam Newton and what's this other guy's name? Maracara's or ex. I'm forgetting. Nick Cannon. Yeah, the interview. I think it has shown women that having money is not doesn't make a man high value, because society has defined high value man as a man that has money, and some girls are okay with that. No matter how you talk to tomorrow, they're okay with it. Even as we are speaking, there are women that are plotting to get Cam Newton, since they know that he still wants babies. They would want to still be his baby mama, in as much as they know that they will not be getting a ring. They will still want to do it. We all know that. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, guys.